In this video, we will dig into Utopia Planitia as a portfolio theme and its 4 different sub-themes. In other words, this will show you how to select a different variation of Utopia Planitia based on however you want your design to look. So I've logged into my utopiaplanitia.designworkbench.com backend, and I'm here in the dashboard. Let's head over to Pages and look at the pages I have for this site. Pages here may look different than your pages because I have installed a plugin called Nested Pages. So there's another video where I talk about that, but just in case your pages look different, because I have the Nested Pages plugin installed. So notice here I've got several sub-themes: feature, bold, minimal, and split. These are the 4 different sub-themes in Utopia Planitia. I'll show you how they work and how you can customize your website. So I'm going to hop to the front end to see these. So I'm going to do visit site from the front end, and I can see them listed in my menu. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to open up portfolio item for featured sub-theme, portfolio item for bold, one for minimal, and one for split. So I just open those up in tabs and you'll see those 4 tabs here. I am still developing these themes and improving them over time, so these may look a little different than what you're seeing, but the fundamentals are about the same. So in my theme here, I like to slap over to dark mode when I switch. The feature theme is pretty straightforward. It's going to put a big featured image. It's going to allow you to put details about your work, and then it's going to be a wide theme where you have content left and right. There's also more portfolio details at the bottom, and then also navigation buttons to go left and right to see other pages. That's the feature theme. The bold theme, I should add an image to the bold theme. So I'm going to add a featured image, which is the big image that shows up. I just saved it, and I'm going to view that page on the front end. There it is. So the bold sub-theme creates a really big image up at the top, and then it has its content below. All the same kind of content I've shown on the other pages. So the bold sub-theme is all about that big, bold image. The minimal theme places your content in the center of the page and keeps things very, very, well, minimal and central. If you want a very distinct and quiet look, you can customize that here using minimal. And then the split theme. Split theme has a split scroll, which this is a bit of a short page. So I've got my big image on the left, and then I've got my scrolling content on the, my big image on the right and scrolling content on the left. Split is going to have big images, your hero or your featured images on that right side, and then the content on the left is going to scroll. Very dynamic, very modular feeling to showcase your work there. So these are 4 different portfolio themes, 4 different sub-themes underneath Utopia Planitia. So let me show you how to set one of those. I'm going to go to the dashboard, and I'm going to go to Pages, and I'm going to set one of my, set a new page in one of these themes. So I've set a title for it, and I would typically put like an image in here and other details, selecting from the media gallery, putting that one in. Great. So I'm publishing it. So now I've got my portfolio piece created. Right now, this is going to display just as a normal page in WordPress with no theming or no styling other than what Utopia Planitia naturally does. Let's take a look at what that looks like on the front end. I can use my preview button right here, view page. That's okay. I want to do more with this though. Let me go back to the back end, and I want to switch this to not just a normal page, but I want it to be a fancy page. So I'm going to go over the bits on the right side here that show you what each of these mean. So if I set a featured image, I can do that here as a big featured image. I can publish this, or I can turn it to a draft. I can change the date. I can change the slug, which is the web address for it, the URL. I can change the author. And then here's templates. So I want to use the bold variation template for this piece. So let me go find that in templates. I'm going to go to Pages, Change Template, and you'll see all of the templates here for Utopia Planitia. I want to choose bold. There are 3 different types of pages. There's a portfolio item, a portfolio home, and a portfolio section. I'll show what these do in a moment, but I know I just want the portfolio item page. So I just chose portfolio item bold as my template. I'm going to save it. And I'm going to go to the front end and refresh it. Nice. It just shifted it over to the bold template. So choosing your page template is a way for you to choose how this page is going to display. Again, that's over there under template on the right side. If I don't like bold, I can change that. Let's say I want minimal. So I'm going to type in minimal. I'm going to change that to the minimal portfolio item. Save it. Go to the front end and refresh. And now it looks this way. So your pages are going to change based on what template you're using for your page. So use those templates over there and choose from those 4 different variations. Let me show you what each of these pages do. So what each of these templates do. The home, the section, and the item page. So back here in WordPress, to get out of a page, use the back button right here. So we're going to dig into the bold subtheme and take a look at that. I already have it open here on my website, so I'm just going to open that one up. The bold subtheme. So the portfolio section page, portfolio section pages allow you to have a page and then have subpages show up underneath in a grid. So here's how that looks. And I keep switching over to dark mode with my key commands. So bold subtheme, this is the portfolio section bold theme, portfolio section bold template. If I edit the page, I can see it right here, portfolio section bold. I'm going to close a bunch of my tabs so we just have the ones open we need. To see this on the front end, I can hop to the front end. So here on the back end, it simply lists whatever information I want to put into my page. And down below, I can add a title, or I can choose how many columns I want to show. I have a 2-column. I'm going to save this. Then I can go to the front end and hit refresh, and these are my sub pages. Let me show you what that means. I'm going to go back to the dashboard and go to pages. This is the bold subtheme. So see, bold subtheme, portfolio home and portfolio item are underneath it. They're nested inside it. When I go to my page, there it is. Portfolio home and portfolio item bold are inside it. They are listed below. So this sub-theme, this portfolio section page, creates pages underneath it and allows you to have a list of all those pages inside a section. It's a really great way to create some clear hierarchy for your portfolio, so you can have a work section and then have illustration with all your illustrations inside it and other ways to organize those pages. So use those section pages as a way to showcase sub pages in a really easy, clickable way so people can get through your site. Let me back out of this and look at pages again. So bold subtheme has a couple. I even built a really long one, like typical pages has a lot of pages inside it. So if I view typical pages, and I'm going to do view, typical pages lists all those pages below. None of these have images right now, so it's just a grid. But I can click on colophon and I can get to that information. I can go to curriculum vitae, and I can see some of that information. I can go to a default page and see the default page. So all of these pages are nested underneath the typical pages. So that's how that section page works. This one's called content page with subpages grid. So think of subpages as pages underneath the display in a grid that allows you to add some really nice organization to your site. Okay, so that's pages. That's allowed us to look at these sub-themes that have different looks: minimal, bold, split, and feature. Those sub-themes add some unique flair to your site that you can customize on top of. So in another video, we're going to go into how to add color and how to really customize your site across the entire site. We'll dig into that in another video, but this gets you started in how the portfolio sub-themes work.